Hello, good evening, sir. My name is Sharon Navarez, and I will be reporting about the world's greatest strategies by Bernard Arnault. Bernard Arnault is a French billionaire investor, a businessman, and art collector. He was born on March 5, 1949, at Roubaix, France. Arnault got married twice, first to Anne Debrun and second to Helen Mexer, and have 5 children. Arnold studied at École Polytechnique in engineering. Bernard Arnault was the chairman and chief executive of Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton, the world's largest luxury good company. Arnold began his working career for his father's manufacturing company. 5 years into position, he convinced his father to liquidate the construction division and enter the real estate market under the perennial, and the new company initially developed especially holiday accommodation. He was named a director of the company in 1974, and in 1977 he became chief executive. And in 1979 he succeeded his father as president of the company. And in 1984, with the help of Anton Berheim, a senior partner of financier Lazard Frères HC, Arnold acquired a financier Agaki. Becoming chief executive and taking control of Busak Boligard Textile Company, which owned, among other assets, Christian Dior and department store Loubou Marchi. Arnold building what would become the world's largest luxury conglomerate. Over the next 11 years, LVMH valued multiplied 15 times over, and sales and profit increased fivefold. One of the key factors in the company's success has been Arnold's program of decentralization and his efforts to highlight each brand's heritage so that each company is viewed independently in its own right. Louis Vuitton is the world's most valuable luxury brand and is the division of LVMH. Its products includes leather goods, handbags, trunks, shoes, watches, jewelry, and accessories. Most of these are adorned with the LV monogram. This is one of the most profitable brands in the world, with a profit margin worth of 30%. Louis Vuitton launched its first perfume in 70 years during 2006, and LVMH built a state-of-the-art fragrance factory to develop the perfumes. Bernard Arnault is a luxury brand builder who is many steps ahead of his generation. He credited to building a luxury goods juggernaut with the 40 billion US dollar in annual sales. At the age of 65, his family controls 46.5% of Paris-based Louis Vuitton products, turning them into a red-hot brand. He has added lustrous news names like Bulgari and Jewelry and Thomas Pink and Shirt, and has raised them to be company's status label. So because sales of spirit and leather goods were flat the previous year, the richest man in the France is not taking it lying down. So he invested in new designer and paying more attention to newspaper, menswear, and shoe brands. So still on his list is to pick an heir to fill his own big Berlot shoes when he decided to step down. So these are the strategies used by Bernard Arnold to come up with the most valuable luxury brand in the world. So first is we have a unique product. So we have a unique product means that the product is unique in nature, and the product that is only manufactured once to the specification of an individual customer. So a unique product should have the most of the perception of the customer, ease in usage and compliant to safety and readily available at a good price. So one of the secrets of Louis Vuitton's success is that its products are designed and promoted by the best talent. So the second strategy is our strategies is to trust the creation. So when your prospect and your customers trust you, they are more likely to buy from you. When you have their trust, you can also command a higher price and boost the lifetime value of each customer. So but building a trust doesn't happen in a vacuum. You have to remain consistent in your messaging, understand your buyer's personality, and deliver your promises over time. So I'll give you some example of strategies in building trust. So first, you have to be accessible, and second, or your product should be more accessible. Second, have a reliable product. Third, be honest. Fourth, value your client. And lastly, maintain consistency. So the third strategy by Arnold is we do not like failures. So Louis Vuitton, they try to avoid any failures. That is why with many of their products, they make a limited number. They do not put entire company at risk by introducing all new products at all times. So in any given year, in fact, only 15% of their business comes from the new. The rest comes from traditional proven products of the classic. The fourth strategies is designer are closer artists than to engineers. So choosing a creator is always difficult. It is not question of taking a talented creator and saying well employ the person in such and such a business and it will work. So it's more complicated. So they need to find the talent, the ideas, and the personality that can adapt to the spirit, the history of the brand. So the 5 strategies, every time there has been a crisis, we have gained market share. So Louis Vuitton net profit was down at 4.7 billion US dollar, but still Louis Vuitton had a strong pipeline of a new product that they continue to roll out despite of the lockdowns. And by the strategy of Louis Vuitton, the world's top selling luxury brand, Dior, Hermes, have posted strong sales growth since boutiques were allowed to reopen after the lockdown in the different places. Number 6 strategy: we do not put this entire company at risk by introducing new product at all times. So who would want to run a company that makes and sells product that no one needs? So only 15% of their business comes from the new. So the rest comes from the traditional, proven products and classics. And number 7 strategy: if one day we must sell something, first we want to turn it around and make it profitable. So the mission of the Louis Vuitton group is to represent the most refined qualities of Western art devour around the world. So Louis Vuitton must continue to be synonymous with the both elegance and creativity. The products and the culture values they embody blend tradition and innovation and kindle dream and fantasy. Number 8 strategy is sometimes you do not succeed. So as people and businesses, we're all going to fail sometimes. No person or company is successful at everything, and failure can teach us a great deal. Innovation must often involve taking a risk, sometimes big, sometimes small. So any risk has a chance of failure. So it stands to reason that fear of failure inhibits risk. So taking inhibits risk taking, and which can inhibit innovation. So number 9 strategy: we learn that genius is not enough to succeed. So of course, becoming a successful entrepreneur does require a certain amount of intelligence, but being smart isn't a bad thing by any means. So but smart don't typically make a biggest difference between success and failure. So there are plenty of unsuccessful geniuses out there, and there are a whole lot of highly successful business owners with average level of intelligence. Number 10, the key to success is this duality: timeless and utmost modernity. So we can see several companies trying to mix an image of luxury with a mass market approach. So in order to be able to sell a new product at relatively high price, you have to offer the craftsmanship and the quality that goes along with it to make it more profitable. So there's an increase in product that have approximately the same look as luxury brands while providing a much lower standard. It is not counterfeiting, but it is misleading. So number 11, it is not enough to have a talented designer. The management must be inspired too. The creative management must be inspired. So the creative process is very disorganized. The production process has to be very rational. So if you deeply appreciate and love what creative people do and how they think, which is usually unpredictable and irrational ways, then you can start to understand them, and it is what fuels big ideas. So challenge employees way of thinking and opens the door of the new business opportunities. So number 12 strategy, a product can last forever. So when you are running a business, you have two major advantages. So one is you can think long term. I see too many companies in which you have changes at all time. So a brand that is timeless, modern, fast growing, and highly profitable, that is one of the secret of success. So that's all. Thank you.